Hey guys, rudeoff here. Just wanted to give a quick rundown on my farm for the Ghost of the Deep very first boss, the big old Guardian Knight. I've seen a lot of people running Acreus, and I know that you can one phase with Acreus, but rockets, in my experience, have been far more consistent and just a lot easier, especially when you're doing LFG farms or anything similar to just players who can't nail the setup pixel perfect. Because with Acreus, there are a lot of things that have to go right to really get the boss to not move and to be able to unload all of your shots. And for all of my Acreus runs, I've run out of ammo way before we could get him even close to killing. So as you can see, I'm just gonna load in, and as soon as I hear the music, I'm gonna swap characters and go to the non-checkpoint holding character. Our setup here is always gonna be one warlock and two hunters. One arc hunter running Gathering Storm, and then a Tether warlock who usually has a weakening grenade as well. But we really didn't use the weakening grenade in most of the runs. Tether was more than enough. And the setup is always the same. You use all three supers at the very beginning, well, Tether, and Arc Super, and everyone's just running solar reserves and surges, well, just whatever matches your damage type. So I'm the Gjallarhorn player, and then there is one Arbalest, and then two legendary rockets, and that alone is enough to kill the boss. Typically what we'll do is we'll have two people up top killing ads and one guy running down bottom, because having a second player down bottom doesn't really make it much faster. So I was usually just clearing ads as a solar warlock, and you could definitely solo it with nades just due to how balanced it is right now. But what's really important is having a player down bottom underwater who knows the symbols. Knowing the symbols will make this farm extremely fast. Even if they don't know, it'll just take a little longer for them to find them all, but that's really not an issue. So as you can see, we just kind of kill the wizards as they spawn. And one thing that helped us the most, since we're not using comms or text chat, we were always dunking the left statue last, just so that we could kind of communicate to each other that we were on the last one, because you're not going to get a fourth wizard. So we were just clearing all the ads, killing the wizards as they spawn, and then as soon as I see my teammates move over to the left statue, then I know it's time for damage. So as soon as we get all the ads killed, we will eventually move up. So I do see him going to dunk the statue, so we are a little late. Ideally you would already be toward the bottom of the room when you're dunking the last one. So you're just going to kill the knight. As soon as it spawns in, Arbalest is going to take his shot, and we're going to use all three supers and just unload rockets. You don't really do anything else. You have unloaders, so you're really just shooting rockets. No one's using auto-loading rockets because it's not really going to work in this situation, because we need to get every single rocket onto the boss. And as you can see, he never walks close enough for us to die. That's not an issue with an encounter. And we do use a couple fusion rifle shots toward the end. I have had one phases where the rockets did do enough damage and one phases where they don't. So just having on a decent damage special usually helps out as well. But as you can see, rockets are pretty consistent and they're pretty easy to use. So it's just break the boss's shield with Arbalest, use Well, Gathering Storm, and Tether, and then nuke the boss with rockets. That's all there is to it. So give it a couple attempts and see how you do.